Hey there everybody, Don Evans here from Watchreport.com. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for checking out the channel. So this is the Trintec or Zulu Industries COM-01. Now, by the time you're watching this video, I'll have it figured out what brand to really call this watch. It's of course available on the Trintec website. And I'll have it in the title, of course, of this video. I'll know at that point, but I didn't realize that this is not branded Trintec. This is branded Zulu Industries, or excuse me, Zulu Instruments, I should say. And the reason for that is it's available on the Trintec website, and it looks, as far as the bezel and the dial, very similar to quite a few previous models from Trintec, most notably the ZULU-01 and the ZULU-07. So if you've been a fan of Watchreport for quite a long time, you've seen those models reviewed here on the channel. You could find them here on the channel and of course on Watchreport.com. And what you'll notice is that bezel and that dial are extremely similar. So this is a design ethos that they are fully jumping into and going for, and at least in this, I guess, category of dive/pilot style instrument watches, this is the look that they want to continue to have. My only question to that is, if I have a Zulu-1 dive watch or dive/pilot watch, I have the automatic version of it just to say, and would you want to buy this? Now they are both different cases. And you'll see this is a much chunkier, blockier, squarish style case compared to that watch. But because the bezel and the dial are pretty much identical, would you want to have both? Whatever. So let me go ahead and give you this, the full specifications. Now there's technically 3 different variations of this watch. There's the automatic 3-hand that you see here, a quartz GMT, there's also quartz chronograph versions. And while I was just looking on the website, there's also COM-02 models, but that's a completely different case and bezel and everything, so that really doesn't apply here. But 3 variations of this piece. You're looking at a price of $495 across the board, whether you go chronograph, GMT, or the 3-hand automatic that you see here. Now, I know you're waiting for it. You're all waiting for it. What movement is in this watch? Well, it's the Seiko Nh35 automatic movement. I think we've become so accustomed to that with so many of these affordable pieces, $500 and under, and some above that, which probably shouldn't be using that movement. But, and I know you guys like to joke with me in the comment section about, you know, oh my God, thank God it wasn't a Seiko Nh35. Just know I don't make the watches, I just review them, people. So Seiko Nh35 it is. By the way, nothing wrong with that movement, as I've talked about ad nauseum for years and years and years. Just a very inexpensive movement, but in the realm of watches, you know, $400 or $500 isn't very expensive either. I'm not saying it's not a lot of money. I'm just saying for watches, it's not very expensive. But yes, Seiko Nh35 automatic movement. You are looking at a steel blasted case, PVD bezel, 42mm case, 54 millimeter lug to lug, so this is quite a long watch. 15 millimeters thick and 120 grams. It is a sapphire crystal with an AR inner coating. Screw down crown, 200 meters water resistant, and it is a silicone strap, not a rubber strap. Now I've talked about this strap because it's the exact same strap you would find on the other 2 versions, the Zulu-01 and the Zulu-07 that I've reviewed in the years past. It's the same style strap. It's a very long strap. It's a very comfortable strap, but I've had to use my can of compressed air on this while doing these videos about 50 times to keep it lint and dirt free. It's just one of those straps that's going to pick up everything. Now, you know, you wear this watch for about 6-7 months. If you're wearing it on the strap, you'll notice that it gets a little, it doesn't attract as much lint and dirt as it, you know, did on day one. But personally, me, the first thing I would be doing is I would be getting the little screwdriver, because you could see you have screwed lugs on this piece, and I'd be taking off this strap and replacing it with a natural rubber strap. That's me. I don't like silicone straps at all. Now, when you look to the case here, as I said, it's all bead blasted. You have that PVD bezel. You do have PVD screw heads for the lugs there, which is a nice touch. I just like the look of that black and that blasted coating. 120 click bezel here, very nice to grip, very nice and easy to turn and ratchet. Just no play in it whatsoever, very, very solid. The case design, as I said, is very blocky. So even though you do have that 54 millimeter lug to lug, those lugs do downturn a lot. So, I mean, it looks fine on my 7.5 inch wrist. Obviously, you can wear whatever size watch you are comfortable with. I don't know if this would look great on a wrist smaller than mine, though. It's really going to overhang the wrist or maybe feel awkward / uncomfortable. When it comes to the dial, this is the same dial that we've seen on those aforementioned watches I've been talking about, this Zulu series. It has that wonky date there at the 430 position, which, or yeah, 430-ish position. I can't stand this date cutout. I can't only stand it, not only stand it just because of its placement at 430, but also just that wonky angle that it's at. It's never going to be my favorite. I don't like it. It's creeping into the middle of the dial. I've talked about that on the other two watches that I've reviewed from Trintec and this Zulu brand as well. The rest of the dial, obviously bright. You have your 12369 all white, those hands, everything glows amazingly on this piece. If you want a watch that, you want to just be able to knock around and have real easy to read and excellent lume, well, this would be one of them. I mean, there's a lot of those, but I'm telling you, this would be one of those watches. What am I going to say that I didn't say about the previous two watches? It's basically the same as the Zulu 1 and the Zulu 7, except you're getting a different case shape here. And that's what you're really looking at as far as the difference. Now, if you don't own any of those watches, maybe this particular case shape, this blocky case shape, is more your style than the other two. The other two were more traditional in terms of look, more of that round style case. Well, actually, the Zulu 7 was a completely different watch, so I don't know what I'm talking about now. But the Zulu 1 was your more traditional style case. This is definitely, like I said, a chunky, blocky style of case. So maybe this one is your preferred one. I can't see having multiples in this series. That's the way I'm going to look at it, because the dials are all the same. It would be, especially maybe if you went with the chronograph or the GMT, it'd be a little different. But if you're getting the automatic versions, the dial all looks exactly the same, and pretty much so does the bezel. The Zulu -1 bezel is fully indexed. This one isn't, but otherwise they look identical when it comes to those aspects. So I like this watch. I don't like the lume. I like the case shape on this. I like the bead blasted and the PVD. That strap would get changed out absolutely immediately, in my personal opinion. So what do you guys think of it? I want to hear from you down below. As I said, if you have something that you want to ask me about, or there's something that I might have forgotten, don't just yell at me or call me out or call me names. Ask me. I'm a human being. I will respond to you as soon as I see the notification and I have time to respond. And just ask me and I will respond. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. As far as the links, you're going to go into the description. There's going to be Amazon links. There'll be a link to a written review of this on Watchreport.com. There'll be a link to the Zulu/Trintec website and a bunch more. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next one.